Good morning and welcome to SOCI 6316, the second in a sequence of courses, 6315 being the first on demographic, this one being more on the quantitative side, and combined they are a mixed methods approach to research and practice. What I'd like to do in this video, other than saying hello and welcome to the course, is kind of go through the syllabus and help to establish, hopefully in an effective way, a connection between this course and the course in the fall, the qualitative. Well, let me say that the two work together. What we did in the qualitative is develop an idea for qualitative research, which was a theme of interest that we could explore in depth through key informant interviews or focus groups, that sort of thing. All with an eye at looking at the context of that behavior, taking the phenomenological method approach to define that noema and all the kinds of conversations that we had, some of which are in videos, which you can go back and take a look at again. If you can't get access to them, I think you should. Let me know and I'll email them. I might have emailed them anyway from the beginning. But here we're taking that qualitative study and casting it in a quantitative way. How can we take what we have learned in the qualitative and turn it into a quantitative, say, designed survey that we could generate a sample from the population and then survey that sample. Now, we won't actually do it. This course will end in a proposal. But in social sciences, and maybe other areas as well, but in social sciences in particular, mixed methods are becoming they actually have been around for a long time, but they're becoming more in the forefront, where you take both a qualitative perspective at a social phenomenon and then a quantitative. And we'll talk more about that. And you'll see some of it expressed in the syllabus, and we'll talk more about it as we go through the semester. This is the book, interestingly enough, Mixed Methods Research. It should be a book that you're familiar with, sort of. At least you have a copy of it. You've maybe done some looking in it. It was one, but not the principal text. The Moustakis book was the principal text last time. It's now the secondary text. And this that was the secondary text last time is now the principal text. And we will work our way through this. In fact, already in the syllabus and in the notes there's some discussion of the first few 3 or 4 page chapters rather in this book to kind of do a background. In fact, I've already posted a discussion thread that is based on the idea of all of the 5 or 6 different mixed methods designs that the authors, co-authors of that text offer and describe in that text. Which one do you think is most appropriate for what we want to do this fall? Considering that we've done the qualitative, what are the designs that they talk about you think are the most would be the most appropriate one? Get into the discussion. There's only 4 of us, 3 of you and 1 of me. Get in the discussion and start talking about the idea. Begin talking about the idea of how do I translate my qualitative to a quantitative, which design is most appropriate, like what Blanchard's asking us to look at. Get into that discussion and as soon as you can, and I'll mix it up with you. Hopefully you'll be into the discussion by early part of next week or midweek, and I'll pop in there periodically during the week and mix it up with you as well. The discussions will be very helpful to us, I think. Anyway, you can go through this and see what we're up to in the syllabus. There are 4 practice assignments, and then the mixed method approach proposal rather. The class participation has about 10%. That's the discussion, and then the practice assignments. You'll see when we get to the course calendar that the first practice assignment is already out there. And that's really, if you haven't already, field testing your qualitative proposal interview guide. You may have already interviewed some people, but post that guide so that then we can all take a look at it again. And then the findings from any of the interviews by February the 7th. So we've got 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get everything set up, begin thinking about the design, and if you haven't actually carried out that interview guide, carried out field tested to see how well it works. And then come February 1st, there'll be a couple of practice assignments that will be posted. One is the background and introduction. In other words, each of these assignments will actually build the proposal for you. The practice assignment 1 is kind of the background stuff based on the elaboration of your qualitative question, which now is your quantitative question. And then practice 2 and practice 3 assignments, you do your background introduction, which is a lot of that's just going to be incorporating aspects of your qualitative proposal. And then your practice 3 is your research question, which may be very similar, likely, just tweaked a little bit, what the question that you ask in your qualitative. And then some statements of significance. And then by March 8th, and hypotheses. I don't know if I mentioned that in there, but if I didn't. Yeah, hypotheses. Research question, hypotheses, and statements of significance for assignment 3. And then assignment 4, which will be that first week or so during the month of March. What kind of data will we use if you were to develop this quantitatively? And how would you sample the population? We'll have more conversations about that as we go through time. And each segment, section 1, section 2, section 3, I'll do 1 or more videos to kind of help us walk through all of this. So be patient. Things will work out fine. And then from the end of March until the 2 or 3 weeks until April the 11th, you write your proposal. And by then, we'll have the background, the introduction, the question, the hypotheses, the significance, the data, and the sampling. By the time you get there, you'll have the basic proposal written, so that all you'll have to do that last couple of weeks is sort of elaborate it out, turn it into a nice, tidy document. So it should go well. Anyway, I look forward to working with you this semester and making this a mixed methods project this spring. And I'll be doing videos, like I said, periodically. And again, there are only 4 of us, but let's mix it up. Get up there on Blackboard. It's set up. Go take a look at Blackboard if you haven't already been there and see what we've got. There are some things having to do from the text, just a lot of things up there that can be some background information for you to go ahead. In fact, I've even put, I think, the information that notes and stuff that we did in from the last fall, 2013. So I brought some of that stuff forward for you to use as reference, so we don't have a complete break from 2013 fall to 2014 spring, because we really want this to be kind of all related as we move from the fall to the spring. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend out there, and we'll be in touch sometime next week. I'm not sure when, but sometime next week I'll do another video. You take care.